It's an I formation, 2nd down and 9. And it will be play action as Alford drops back, going deep over the middle. Is a pass, and it is knocked away down around the 35-yard line. Drew coverage there from Brooks and also Brandon Jennings. The intended receiver was Thompson, who was trying to come out of the game. Kind of impressed with Alford's arm that time. He threw that into that stiff wind and got it all the way down on a good spiral down near the Aggie 40. And it's a draw out of the backfield. They'll give it to Bush. He has 5. He'll be close, but not enough for a first down at the 29-yard line. And now a punt coming up from Baylor. The return man will be Chris Taylor standing down around the Aggie 30-yard line. And once more, he's kicking this one into a pretty stiff breeze. Low snap, he controls it, and it kind of turns side up. Now the ball will hit and about the Aggie 40 and will be killed now at the 35-yard line. Actual line of scrimmage will be the 36-yard line. An I formation with a slot to the left, which is the open side. Break the I, and you've got Sir Parker starting at the tailback. The handoff flags and everything will stop. 1-2 flags go down, and they'd hand it off to Toombs. He was trying the right side. An interesting note that I came across in researching this ball game, it'll be a legal procedure against the Aggies. So we're going to face a 1st down and 15 rather than the 1st and 10.
Well, field position is such a critical statistic, and 13-yard difference is huge.
And there's only a yard difference, 36 on this start. Here's a deep pitch going back to Hall. He turns the left corner, so he had been inserted in the lineup replacing Parker. And he gets to the 32-yard line and a pickup of only a yard. Single setback. Parker was a flanker on the left side. Now he is put in motion to the slot side. Out in the flats it goes to Parker. Has a man to beat at the corner. He does, and gets out of bounds across the 40-yard line to about the 41. We're running out of time as we approach the line of scrimmage on the 25-second clock. It's down to 3, down to 2, and they snap the ball. Rolling here to the left, throwing the ball, caught across the 50, at the 45, now down to the 40. Ball fumbled out of bounds, but they say that the tight end, and I think that's Derek Spiller, has caught the ball and has advanced it now. Is that Spiller? No, it's Leroy Hodge, 88, down to the Baylor 38-yard line. High formation, Toombs, followed by Hall with a flanker to the left and the tight end on this side. Option, back to Hall, has an opening at the 35, at the 30, at the 25. He's down to the 15, to the 10. He's going to score a touchdown. That'll go 38 yards, a TD for Dante Hall, and that's his 7th touchdown of the season.
Perfect execution of the option. Randy McCowan starts down the line of scrimmage. They front him. He pitches a perfect pitch to Dante Hall. The blocking out in front of him was magnificent. He cut back right up the middle and untouched into the end zone. That's a 38-yarder for the touchdown.
Aggies have scored now on their first possession of the ball game. They started this one at their 36. Here's the extra point by Bynum. With Leckler to Hull, the extra point is up and on the board. And Texas A&M has taken a 7-0 lead at the 11:58 mark of the first quarter of this ball game. 7-0 Texas A&M over BU. This is the Texas Aggie Radio Network.
A 38-yard option pitch to Dante Hall. He took it untouched into the end zone. The Aggies lead at 7-0. 11:58 left in the first quarter.
Leckler has kicked off. It's going to go into the zone again, and Perkins will take a knee as he catches that one right on top of the Y in the big block Baylor that is spelled out in the south end zone. Lagway will be behind Jermaine Alford, and they will give the Aggies a twin set on both sides of the ball. Single setback then, and no tight end. And out in the flats it goes. Caught behind the line at the 19, out to about the 25-yard line. Flag down. It'll be a late hit on Texas A&M. He advances it out to the 25, 26-yard line.
Over, personal foul on the defense. Late hit out of bounds. That's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
So a first down Baylor, and the ball is moved out to their 41-yard line, a hash to the right side, and again a twin set. Here's Lagway, the handoff to the fullback, gets the line of scrimmage, and the wrecking crew will drag him down. Warwick Holman, Cornelius Anthony, Dat Wynn, and Ronald Flemons all around the ball. Also there may have been Rocky Bernard. It was. They've got 3 wideouts, 2 in the slot on the left side. Fake the draw, pumped once. Now they come back this way on a screen to Lagway across the 50, and now down to the 48-yard line. Make it the 46-yard line. They loaded it up on the offensive left side and then came back with a screen to the fullback Lagway, and they advanced that for 12 yards and a first down. Bernard and Dat Wynn finally caught up with the play. They got a slot again. Here is that shovel pass to Lagway from Jermaine Alford, and he'll advance it to the 40-yard line. Second down and about 5. They move the ball to the Aggie 41 now, and will run it from a shotgun. twin set both sides. Drop back, pump once, now throw, and it will be dropped at the Aggie 31. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Morris Anderson's their leading receiver. He has a reception tonight, which now gives him 20. And right behind him is Thompson at 15. Shotgun again. The Aggies, they're throwing the ball up the middle, trying to get a middle screen. It's deflected and knocked down with a lot of pressure. Jermaine Alford throwing, Warwick Holman.
And Baylor will punt.
Kyle Atterbury will angle it for this sideline. Let's see where he has kicked this ball. It's going to go into the end zone. He has a total of 6 inside the 20. That one's going to go 41 yards. First down and 10. The Aggies, after the punt, have the ball at their own 20. An I formation behind Randy McCowan. Flanker to the right side was Parker. Play action, drop back, step up, now dancing around, trying to get away from some pressure. Sacked at the 13-yard line. Well, he's going to get it now. There's a late flag at the 15, and now across the 17 is where they finally brought McCowan down, and a flag goes up in the air, and let's see the meaning of the flag.
After the play was over, that's a personal foul on the defense. That's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Split in left, flanker right, I formation. Dante Hall hits the middle, and he'll carry across the 35-yard line to maybe the 36. Well, I think just about everybody on the field finally got around the spot of the tackle, Dave. This is a good defense that the Aggies are facing tonight in Baylor. And here's A&M with an offset formation in the backfield. They'll pump once, and now here is McCowan trying to run. Somebody caught him by the jersey and drags him down after about a half-yard gain. 2 wideouts on the right side. Drop back under some pressure. Going to set up a naked screen at the 40. It's Hall at the 45, at the 50. Broke a tackle. He's at the 40, and out of bounds he goes at the Baylor 35. Aggies now been in Baylor territory on their first 2 possessions. An I formation. There's Jamar. He gets the handoff, and he'll pick up about 3. You can hear the Toombs call from the background. We have a lot of Aggies here watching the ball game in Waco tonight. He'll get 2 to the 33. It'll be second down and 8. Slot right, break the eye, put Parker, who has replaced Hall, in motion back to the short side. Snap it, drop back to the 40. Now step up, and he's been sacked inside, outside the 40 at the 42. And they'll give him a 5-yard loss back to the 40-yard line. It's third down and 15. The Aggies need the Baylor 25. 2 wideouts on the right. Shotgun, a running back on either side of Randy McCowan. Seth McKinney. Now there is timeout called.
Yeah, it was down to 1 second on the play clock, so rather than take the 5-yard penalty, McCowan wisely took the timeout.
And they come to the line of scrimmage. Taylor goes wide to the right side as a flanker. And they will flex Campbell, the tight end, out away from the line of scrimmage. Shotgun formation, a running back on either side of McCowan. They're coming. There's a flag down, going over the middle. Caught, and it's down across the 15 to about the 10-yard line. But there is a flag down. Look and see who the numbers are. There's Cole out there, and it might have been Cole that lined up.
Encroachment on the offense. That's a 5-yard penalty. It remains third down.
Here goes Hodge out to the right side. He'll be a flanker. Split in this side will be Oliver. Shotgun formation, a running back on either side of Randy McCowan. Tight ends on the right side. That's the open side. McKinney snaps it out of the shotgun. Drop back to the Aggie 45. Now under pressure. Got away from one man. Is it going to be a hold or not? He's all the way over to the 50. Now throws the ball. Has a man. And he caught the ball down at the 16-yard line. Caught at the 16, and apparently everything's going to be in order.
And it's down to the 17-yard line. Aggies first and 10.
He threw it right on the sideline from the 50-yard line, caught down at the Baylor 17, and the Aggies got away with one right there, and the entire Baylor coaching staff was pointing at the hole. But it goes unnoticed, and out of an eye, they'll pitch it. Go back to Parker, and Parker gets maybe a yard if he got that. So it'll be second down. We'll call it still 10. Hodge goes right side and lines up as a flanker. The tight end on that side of the formation will be Daniel Campbell, an I formation. It's second down and 10. Handoff again will go to Sir Parker. There's nothing up the middle. They've tried the middle twice now to Sir Parker, and he got maybe a yard that time. So now it will be third down and still about 9. Aggies now are 3 for 3 on third downs. They converted one a moment ago that was a big one. From the sideline at the 50 all the way down to the Baylor 17. Single setback. They're coming. Flags. They may have been offsides. Side that member of the it's against A&M. So we shoot ourselves in the foot here. It'll be a minor shot, only 5 yards, and it'll move the ball back across the Baylor 20-yard line to about the 22. They got a big third down conversion on this possession. Single setback. Parker. 2 wide. Shadow pocket. Pumps once. Dancing. Now A quarterback sack back at the 29-yard line. He'll kick it from the 34. He was kicking them into the wind from about 42 tonight in warm-ups. Bynum now. Ball spotted down by Leckler. The kick's on its way. Did he make it? Did not make it. It was off to the left side. It had the distance, but it missed the upright on the left side. Jermaine Alford stays in at quarterback. He has a single setback behind him. That will be the tailback. That Bush can't get a number on him. No, it's Lagway. And Lagway, the fullback, gets the handoff, and he is wrapped up as he hits the line of scrimmage. Warwick Holman grabbed him about the waist and was slinging him around like a rag doll, if you can believe that. Shotgun, and now they have brought Darrell Bush back in the lineup. Lagway is out. They've got a twin set both sides of the ball. Inside handoff to Bush. He's looking for the outside. He ain't going to make it. Jamison just caught him. He waits for his teammates to join him at the 25-yard line. That'll be a yard loss. They'll give him forward progress to the 26. So now a third down and about 11 facing Baylor. They have the ball at their 26. They got it after the Aggies missed a 44-yard field goal. Again, twin set both sides, single setback, and a shotgun formation. Alford will wait for the snap. He has it, drops back, and he throws over the middle. It'll be caught, and it's enough for a first down out across the 35 to about the 39-yard line. And that pass is caught by Andre Fuller. Fuller caught the ball, went down immediately in the arms of Jamison, and Dat win. And that pass will be good for 13 yards. They will convert to a first down, does Baylor. But they got away with it. It's first down and 10. Low snap. Alford drops back, throws out this side. And again, it'll be Fuller. Spins out of a tackle, won't spin out of the second tackle. Holman, Brooks, and Glenn all make the stop here at the 43-yard line. Exactly a minute to go here in this first quarter with the Aggies leading 7-0. Again, a shotgun formation. Bush will line up to the left of the quarterback, Jermaine Alford. Alford coming into the ball game, 73 attempts, 41 completions. The inside handoff to Bush again. He will drag a couple of men with him to midfield, and Baylor gets a first down at the 50. They have a twin set both sides of the ball. Lagway, the fullback, will line up to the right of Alford. Drops back from the shotgun, throws in the flats here to Lagway. Catches the ball at the 50. Trying to break a tackle, goes to the Aggie 49. Got a yard for all of that. And now with 7 seconds, that will be the last play of the first quarter. We'll go to the second with the Aggies leading it by a count of 7-0 over Baylor. This is Texas Aggie football. And they have played close games in just about every outing this season. Here's a second down and 9. First play, second period, and the pass is incomplete. They'll send Thompson out to the right side, and to his right now will be Garner Simpkins. They've got a twin set on the left side as well. Shotgun formation. Alford now trying to get the blocking scheme set up with the fullback, Lagway, who's standing right there beside him. Alford steps up. Now he's been sacked, and he's sacked back inside the 45 at the Baylor 44-yard line. He was swarmed, and I think it's Royland, Bradley, and Holman, the first two to get to him. So now Baylor has been in A&M territory twice, but both times will end up having to punt the ball. This is a fourth down at about 16. Atterbury will take the snap back at the 30. And it's a little bit off to his left side. Good high spiral. Here is Taylor asking for it, and he got the ball at about the 10-yard line. Now here comes the return back to the 15. And they're working into a win of about 15-20, and we've got a pretty good range. Single setback, actually flexed out. Now the handoff will go to Hall. Hall tripped up as he hits the line and falls across the 20-yard line for a pickup of 4. It'll be second down and 6. Aggies come to the line with an I formation, and they will show a slot to the left. Tight end is actually covered up over on the left side by a split end. Run the option. Now the pitch goes back to Hall looking for the corner. Gives a shoulder to a Baylor defender. Hits the 25-yard line and stopped there. So now a third down and a little more than a yard. Need the 31. They're not quite to the 30. Break the I, putting Parker in motion. Toombs behind him, and the handoff goes to Toombs, and Toombs will get the first down to the 34, make it the 29, pardon me, at the 29. Toombs wrapped up around the ankles. So A&M now breaks the huddle by sending Bumgardner way out to the left side, and to his right in a slot will be Chris Taylor. The tight end once more is covered up. They put Parker in motion to the right. They're looking for Parker. Parker caught the ball, isolated on Cody. Breaks the tackle. He's at the 50, the 40. And now they catch up with him across the 35 to the 32. Coles a split in on the right side. Flanker to the left. Tight end not covered up. There was movement apparently. No, they've snapped the ball. And let's see if there are any flags down. Nope, there were no flags. They snap it and try to run with it. Apparently the Baylor player who jumped got back out of that neutral zone before the snap by Seth McKinney. And then carrying the ball was McCowan. who was hit and then fumbled the ball. Then I think McKinney fell on top of it. And that's a first down play that gets nothing, so it's second down and 10. Come out and show a heavy eye. Now they bring a flanker in motion back toward the middle of the field. Drop back from the pocket, throw over the middle. That'll be Taylor. He'll catch the ball at the 30. That's going to be just a gain of only 3 yards. And McCowan looks over the defense. Waits for the snap. They have 2 fullbacks back, and here is McCowan chased out of the pocket, looking down the field. Now he's going to run with the ball. Tripped up. No, he's going to stretch out. Did he get the first down? He's going to be close, down around the 22-yard line. Aggies will go for it on 4th down. They line up in that power formation. They have 3 tight ends and an I, and McCowan will sneak for it. And he got it. He's across the 22. He'll be near the 21-yard line. Hodge is the flanker to the right side. 2 tight ends in an I formation. Hodge put in motion back toward the middle of the field. Deep pitch coming to Hall, looking for this corner. Turns it at the 20, at the 10. Out of bounds he goes, across the 10, at about the 7-yard line. Toombs the lead back, and now Parker has checked in as the tailback. 2 tight ends. Flanker to the left side will be Chris Taylor. Pitch it back to Parker. Looks for a hole. Picks one. Now he goes to the 5. He's inside the 5 at the 4. It will be second and goal at the 4-yard line. Second down and goal across the 5. Again, they have the 2 tight ends and an I. Hall looking for a hole. Here are the 2, and now he's swarmed at about the 2-yard line. Third and goal at the 2.5. With 3 tight ends and an I. And here goes McCowan diving, and he's in. That's a touchdown. I'm not going to run the option. I'm going to keep it, coach. And he dives. He went airborne at the 1. Thought he was going to land on a Baylor player, but he came right down in the end zone.
Well, that was a touchdown for Randy McCowan. That was set up by the pitch he made to Dante Hall in the first quarter that went for 38 yards in the touchdown. The people that were supposed to contain the quarterback out there spending their time with Dante Hall on the pitch. McCowan wisely turned it up. He'll go the 2 yards for the touchdown on the option.
That'll be McCowan's first touchdown. The snap on the extra point is high, but it's brought down by Leckler. And the extra point will be good. And now the ball game is at the 8:10 mark. It's in the second quarter. We got a timeout with the Aggies ahead 14-0. This is the Texas Aggie Radio Network. Total offense for Hall now 97 total offense, 68 rushing, 29 receiving, 51 total offense for Parker. Here's the kickoff, and into that win, a pretty good one. And here is Perkins taking it back at his 11, misses the tackle as he gets by one of the Aggies at the 10, then back out to the 17, and he's brought down there. And if they change quarterbacks, they have. That's Odell James with a slot left, tight end right, an I formation behind him. There's a flag. Stop everything. Stop the play. James through the air, 50 passes, 22 completions, and 4 interceptions. He's completed 44% of his passes for 249 yards. Has not thrown a touchdown pass. 5-yard mark off against Baylor was an illegal procedure, and it's first down and 15. They moved it back inside the 15. The Aggies are coming up the middle. They go on a draw out of the backfield. Nice hole. He goes out to about the 21, 22-yard line, and that will be Bush. Bush will carry to the 22. He got some of the yardage they needed. That was a first and 15. Ends up getting, leave him second down. We'll call it about 7. Ronald Flemings made that stop. Second down. Scoreboard 5, it's more like 6. They've got to get the ball to the 28-yard line. They're operating in their own end of the field. A draw Bush once more. He tries the right side and pushes his way to the 25-yard line. And now it will be third down, and they'll have 3 when they come back to the line. And now James breaks the I formation. Will form behind him. Lagway's the fullback. And they'll pitch it back to Bush. He looks for this side of the formation, and now he'll break that for a first down. He got across the 28 to the 30-yard line, so he got about 2 more than they needed. Wynn came into the game tonight, 426 career tackles. Johnny Holland is the Aggie leader at 455. An I formation, slot to the right side. Play action. They're going to throw deep. They will over the middle. It is tipped and almost intercepted by Jennings at midfield. Aggies kind of spread out over the field here as they got a flanker right, and they're going to run the option with James. Now he cuts it and will go across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. That's minimal gain. It'll be third down and 7. 5:42 to go, and A&M leading at 14-0. It's in the second quarter. Shotgun formation and twins on both sides of the ball. The Aggies look like they were coming up the middle. Now James will run with the ball, and he breaks the tackle. He's near the 40. He has the first down, and Odell James carries it to the 43. Stepped up out of the pocket and took off to the right side A couple of Aggies missed tackles at the 35 and again about the 40, and he got the ball out to the 43-yard line. Rich Cody finally brought him down. Odell James is a big load. They've spread it out here again on the left side. They've got a flanker making a split in on the right in an I formation. Here's Lagway, the fullback, looking for a little running room as he brings it to the offensive left side. Got a yard and picked up 3. An I formation behind Odell James. Jermaine Alford started the game, and now James has come in. There's been a little spark, somewhat of a spark now offensively since James has arrived. Option going back the other way, makes the pitch, going back to Bush. He breaks a tackle, now he retreats, and he's brought down back inside the 40-yard line. Should never have retreated. When he did, he could not get away from the Aggie pursuit. He is dropped back at the Baylor 37-yard line. And it's going to be Royland Bradley, Rich Cody, and Rocky Bernard. And Cedric Curry started ahead of Jason Webster. Webster has an ankle. It was aggravated in the Nebraska game and then again in practice this week. Out of a shotgun. And here is James. There's a flag down. James caught by the ankle, goes back down inside the 30 at the 26. They're going to get holding against Baylor, but the Aggies will decline and bring up 4th down and next year. And the return man will be Chris Taylor. Taylor coming into the ball game tonight has returned 17 for a 10.2 average. His longest has been 23. He's got a couple of returns here on punts by Atterbury. This kicks away, and it's a Sailor backing up now to the 29-yard line. And jukes a man as he goes back to the 40. Back at the 50. Tripped up from the backside. If he hadn't been tripped up, he might break it, Dave. And he goes across the 50 and brought down at the BU 46-yard line. It was Rodney Smith. Reached out and got the trailing foot of Chris Taylor. They'll break the split back formation by putting Parker in motion to this side. Drop back, pump once. Here's McCowan throwing sideline to Parker, and it's incomplete down around the 15-yard line. He drew coverage from Sean Armistead. McCowan had completed 6 of 6 prior to that miss for a total of 128 yards. That's his first miss of the night. Shotgun. Now he'll step up and run with the ball. Breaks the tackle at the 45. Goes to the 40. Hits head on against a Baylor defender inside the 35 at the 33-yard line. It did not stop the clock. He is under center with an I formation. 2 tight ends. Flanker to the left. That's the open side. It goes to Toombs. He hits inside. And they can't get him down, but looked like sumo wrestling there. And he got the ball at about the 31-yard line. 2 wideouts on the left. Split in on the right. Shotgun on 2nd down and 9. There's the snap from the 39. Throw, and it is caught, and that'll be Cole. He goes into the end zone. Was he down when he fumbled the ball into the end zone?
Nope, they're saying it's a fumble.
A fumble, and Baylor has recovered in the end zone.
But they protected McCowan so well, the offensive line gave him plenty of time to locate Cole and hit him for the 30-yard strike.
Jermaine Alford has returned to the lineup, and they go on a draw in the backfield to Lagway, the fullback, and he's caught behind the line. There's a late push. And
they got
thank you very much.
They got him. That's what it's going to be.
And here is John Bible to tell us it'll be a personal foul. And they'll back him up inside the 15 to about it'll be half the distance to about the 9-yard lines. I formation. Alford. Delay, Bush coming this way, tries to break a tackle. He does, and he'll carry the ball out to about the 14-yard line. Now you got 1:15. The Aggies have a couple of timeouts remaining.
Well, Baylor has all three of theirs remaining.
So that's 2nd down, and now A&M has, let's see if, A&M will use a timeout. Baylor puts a man in motion back to the right side. They hand off in the backfield. That'll be Anthony Overstreet, a reserve fullback who had checked in and carries only about a half a yard. So now the Aggies once again will use a timeout with 56 seconds to go. That will be the last timeout A&M has in this first half. Atterbury's punts tonight at a 36 and a 41. This will be, however, his 4th punt. I neglected to put down that nice return that Chris Taylor had on the last punt. Now Taylor has lined up at the Baylor 40-yard line. Atterbury will take the snap. It's a low snap. Aggies were coming. Almost got to that. And he got off a good punt that will roll across the 30. They got a great roll. It's going to be killed at the Aggie 23-yard line. And They had put time on the clock back to 1:01. That got it down to 50 seconds. And that was a great punt. With the wind at his back, he just kicked it 60 yards on his 4th kick of the night. So not quite the field position that they would have hoped to get after calling the 2 timeouts and forcing Baylor to punt on that 4th down from deep in their own end of the field. But Kyle Atterbury, the number 2 punter in the Big 12, just got off a 60-yard boot. I formation, keep it on the ground as they will go to Hall. Looks for this corner, cuts back inside, breaks a tackle, stiff arms a man, goes down across the 35 at the 37-yard line. He got a first down pick. That may have been Sir Parker.
Yeah,
was it? It was Sir Parker carrying rather than Hall. Out across the 35 to the 37, stop the clock to move the chains. The Aggies going without the huddle as they come right back to the line of scrimmage. Hall will stay, and our brother will stay out as Parker stays to the right of McCowan. Toombs to his left, and he's in a shotgun. Twin receivers on the left side, split in on the right. Drop back to the 30, pumping. Now he's wanting to run. Now he will run. Now he throws, and it's caught at the 45-yard line, and out of bounds will go Leroy Hodge. He got out of bounds to stop the clock. 24 seconds to go, and again, clock management important for the Aggies. Shotgun. Drop back across the 50, step up, throw over the middle. That will be caught at the 30-yard line. No timeouts. They'll have to stop the clock to move the chains. That will be caught at that point.
He's going to spike this one. He wants to get his guys lined up and spike it so he'll have another play.
Still couldn't pick out who caught that ball out at about the 31-yard line. He'll take the ball, he will spike it, and he'll stop the clock now at 13 seconds with the line of scrimmage at the Baylor 29-yard line. And now here's John Bible, and now apparently against Baylor.
They may have too many people on the
field. Participation. They had 12 men on the field. First down and 10 at the 14. Aggies moving the ball with now 12 seconds. Here's a end zone shot, and it's incomplete out of the back of the end zone. Leaping to bring it down, Cole, and I think Cole pushed off. And they're going to get the Aggies for offensive pass interference.
That's going to cost them 5 seconds. I don't know if they'll take a chance on another attempt at the end zone, or if they'll come in and attempt the field goal.
8 seconds remaining in this first half. Shotgun. Baylor looks like they're coming up the middle. McCowan steps back, throws. It's caught by Cole inside the 15 at the 13. And time, the ball has been picked up, and they're going back the other way. And now dragged down from the backside by Randy McCowan. And was that indeed a penalty? I mean, a fumble recovery. I think they're saying that he was down back at the 14. A&M will take it to the locker room ahead here by a count of 14-0. That's halftime. And we'll be back in a moment. This is the Texas Aggie Radio Network. All right, and here we go. And the kick is into the end zone. That's Sir Parker watching it go over his head. It hit the back of the zone and then off the end line and into that landing area, approaching those end zone seats here at the south end. Here are the Aggies, first down and 10 at their 20. Hodge came in motion back toward the middle of the field. The handoff goes to Dante Hall, who starts at the A-back position. Baumgartner is way out to the left side. He's seeing a lot of action here tonight. Got a man to his right. The Aggies with a tight end, but they've covered him up and off balance line. They're going to run the option, and McCowan caught behind the line, wrapped up there, I think by Justin Snow. Snow got an arm around the waist, and McCowan couldn't get away from big Justin Snow. He's 6'3", 240, a junior, 2 letters out of Abilene Cooper. From a shotgun formation, the running backs, that'll be Hall and Toombs on either side of Randy McCowan. Seth McKinney, the center, snaps it, almost dropped it, going for the sideline. Here is the pass thrown. It goes incomplete out around the 45-yard line. And here is Leckler to punt the ball away. It'll be his first punt of the night. They're coming up the middle, and they're good at blocking, and they just almost ran into Leckler. Matter of fact, they did, but no harm. He's punted the ball, and it's rolling inside the 40, and it goes to the 38-yard line into a pretty strong wind. An I formation for Baylor. Bush is the tailback. Lagway will be the fullback, and it goes to Bush. He hits the right side, trips and falls after a yard gain to the 39. Cornelius Anthony out of Missouri City Elkin. Reached down and slapped at his ankles and brought him down right there. They have a tight end here on the left to split into the right flanker on the left. That's the open side and I formation. Play action. Under pressure, Alford forced out of the pocket, now throws, and it's batted away, trying to get it out at midfield. A nice bat away by Jay Brooks. Slot left, slot right, twins on both sides of the ball. Shotgun for Alford. And now timeout will be called. They were running out a 25-second clock. Delay of game preceded the timeout, so we'll hold it here. And now again a shotgun. Same formation with twin wideouts on both sides. A slot left, slot right. And a blocker standing behind Alford. Takes the snap, pressure. He's coming this way to the sideline, and it is almost intercepted by Cedric Curry down around the 25-yard line. And once again, here is Kyle Atterbury. 5 kicks in the first half. His longest was 60. He's got the wind at his back. He'll take the snap at the 20. Aggies have 6 men up on the line of scrimmage. They had 8, dropped 2 off. Low snap. Punts away. Taylor backpedaling. He may watch this one go over his head. Now he's going to take it at the 13-yard line. Now here comes the return across the 20. And down at the 20 he will go. He got to the 21, backpedaled. And they're going to give him his forward progress at the 21-yard line. That was a good kick with the wind again at 53. First down and 10, hash left. And a slot to the right. And a light eye roll to the right. McCowan sets. McCowan throws, and he goes incomplete. Down at the knees at the 29-yard line of Chris Cole. Number 4, K-State beat Oklahoma State 52-20. Second down and 10. The ball has been snapped, and it's a delay out of the backfield. Hall's got a first down across the 30 to the 36-yard line. 12 minutes to go in the third. It's a light eye for A&M. Hall again on the carry. Hits over the right side, and he gets about 3 yards to the 39. Here's second down. Taylor on the right side in motion. It'll be a reverse going to Taylor. They've got it covered, but he got by the initial man. He's at the 50, at the 40. He's at the 30. He got by that man. He's going to score as he high steps out of a tackle at the 15. A reverse to Chris Taylor as they went right to left, and that goes 61 yards. And now A&M leads it by a count of 20-0 at the 11:05 mark to go in the third with a point after to come.
Little bit of trickery by the Aggies. They started to the right side, and it was reversed back to Chris Taylor. The key block by Randy McCowan at the point of attack. Busted Chris Taylor, and then it was just Chris Taylor outrunning everybody on the Baylor team, and he'll take it in for the touchdown, and the Aggies have busted this one open 20-0.
And now here is Bynum. He is a perfect 17 of 17, and now he is 18 of 18 on extra points. It is 21-0 and 11:05 to go in the third. Your Aggies over the Bears. This is Texas Aggie football. Chris Taylor scored last week on an 81-yard pass. He has gone 61 on a reverse. He scored passing last week. He scores running this week, 21-0. Leckler into a stiff wind, kicks off. Perkins at the 14 to the 20, looking for the right side. It's covered and out of bounds he goes. Chased there by Cornelius Anthony at the 27-yard line. Here's first down and 10 at the 28. An I formation. They brought Odell James back in. He hands off to Overstreet. He gets a yard, and the Aggies force him all the way back to the 25-yard line, and there they drop him. Dan Wynn led the way. The senior is on the Lombardi list and the Butkus list. He's in the semis now. Got about a yard and a half. They'll give him the 30. It's second down and 8. Your time is 10:37. The score, 21-0. It's in the third quarter. A&M leads Baylor. Coming off the field now will be Brandon Thompson. They run plays in with their tight ends. Coming out this way will be Darius Thompson. Tight end is on the right side. They have a slot on the left and an I formation now behind Odell James. Played in the first half, did not start tonight. Second down and 8. Play action, rolling this way. James will run with the ball. Aggies are waiting for him, but he will get close to a first down as he crosses the 35. Actually sidestepped Dan Wynn, who was waiting on it, and got the ball out to the 39-yard line. Odell James runs for a first down. First down and 10 now. They have moved the ball to their 39. Midfield would be another first down. 2 tight ends, and they'll run the option. Here's James again. Started outside, now cuts it back inside, gets 2 to the 42. Now they come to the line of scrimmage. They have brought in a reserve running back. That's Melvin Barnett. He's in at the fullback position. Slot to the right. And now it goes to Overstreet. They try the right side with the tailback. They've moved Overstreet now to the tailback position. And he had the lead block from Barnett, and they got just a yard, maybe 2 out of that to the 45, so it'll be 3rd down and 4. And it was Chad Franson now who's come in at that inside linebacking position. Here's 3rd down from the 45. Shotgun for Odell James. Drops back, looks, now he throws, caught out at the 40-yard line, and now comes down at the Aggie 39-yard line. Darius Thompson. That's a 1st down for Baylor. It goes for 16 yards to Darius Thompson. A&M ahead 21-0. Baylor will give them a twin formation on both sides. Single setback, shotgun, and Odell James wants to run, and he is wrapped up, spun around, and dropped for a yard loss back at the 41-yard line. Odell James has replaced Jermaine Alford at quarterback. Come out, line up in a shotgun. Again, they have the twin wideouts on a 2nd down, and we'll call it 12. They've got to get to the Aggie 29-yard line. There's the snap, drop back to midfield. Dancing around, he's going to be sacked at the 45-yard line. He's able to get back to the 43, dragging Warwick Holman and Cornelius Anthony with him. Odell James sacked for a loss on that play of about 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down now and 14 yards on a disputed call. Here is a Satin up, almost had him, and now they throw, and did he make the catch at the 30-yard line? That will be a reception on the sideline by the tight end, Garner Simpkins. He caught it, rolled out of bounds at the 30. Not enough, however, for a 1st down. And it stopped the clock at 6:25. Here's 4th and a matter of inches. Tight end left, slot right, I formation. Odell James barking signals. Takes it. Did he make it? He was hit and driven back. I don't know if he made it or not. The official over on the far side is marking it at the 29-yard line, and I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see.
It didn't look like he made any forward progress at all.
That wind hit him and drove him then to the offensive right side. Now they're going to have to bring the chains out. That was a 4th down play. 6:20 showing on the clock in the 3rd, and the Aggies ahead 21-0. They were up 14-0 at halftime. Here comes the chain gang from the far side where they work in front of the A&M bench. And they stretching it out, and they made it by the length of the football. 1st down and 10 operating at the Aggie 29. Twin formation, both sides, play action. Throw here on this side, caught by Thompson. Out of bounds he goes inside the 25 at about the 21-yard line. 2nd down and 2. Single setback, again twins on both sides. Handoff goes to Lagway, bounces off a tackle, bounces off another tackle. He's inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. 1st down Baylor. They're driving the ball here at 5:49 to go in the 3rd. 1st down and 10 operating at the Aggie 13-yard line. Twins again run the option. Odell James cuts it back inside, goes across the 10 to the 9. A&M asking for and receiving a timeout at 5:03 to go in the 3rd, and the Aggies ahead over Baylor by a count of 21-0. Aggies in total offense tonight have gone to 375. Baylor is at the 134 mark. It's 2nd down. 5:03 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Aggies lead it by a count of 21-0. Baylor's got the ball at the A&M 9-yard line. 2nd down and 6. They could get a 1st down at the Aggie 2. Baylor used the A&M did a timeout. Shotgun, Odell James. Drops back to the 15. Looks end zone. And it is caught at the 1-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. It is 1st and goal inside the 1. Handoff. Bush hit at the 1. Did not get in. I think he may have lost a half a yard. Maybe back at the 1-yard line. Hit by Cornelius Anthony, and Chad Franson has stayed in now at one of those linebacking positions. 2nd and goal again. 1-yard line. Full house backfield. Overstreet is the tailback. Lagway the fullback. They're going to hand it off to Elijah Birkins. Got by one man, and now he will score. Birkins had set up as a halfback on the right side. Took the handoff back at the 5 and got it in here on the offensive left side. Waiting for the snap. There it is, a little high, and the kick is on the board. 21-7. A&M leads Baylor. 3:56 remaining in the 3rd quarter. This is Texas Aggie football. Aggies will go into the wind one more time at least here in this third quarter. They'll have the wind at their back in the fourth. Here's Bryant's kickoff. And here's Sir Parker deep, and they're saying go down, take the knee. Elijah Perkins for the season, his third touch rushing. First down and 10 at the 20. And they'll pitch it. It goes back to Hall. Got by one man at the 20-yard line and slipped as he tried to make a cut at the 24. It'll be second down and 6. Second down, we'll call it about 6 from the 24. It goes to Hall again. He has hit at the line of scrimmage and got 2 to the 26-yard line. Now will be third down and 4. A lot of noise here as A&M comes to the line of scrimmage on third down and 4. 2 wideouts on the left, split in right, single setback. McKinney snaps it, short pocket drop, pass it, it goes to Cole, and he's out across the 30 to the 36-yard line. And oh, was he hit a lick as he caught that ball. Baumgardner split in right, flanker on the left, Hodge in motion toward the middle of the field. The tight end will be Campbell. Here's the handoff to Toombs, and he stumbles forward as somebody hit him around the ankles, but he picks up 7 to the 44-yard line. Boy, he is a load. Second down and about 2.5 for the Aggies. Just shy of their 45. They need the 47. I formation. Handoff will go to Hall. Looking for the corner. He got it. He's at the 50, the 45, the 40, the 35. Hit from the backside as he gets across the 30. He goes down at the 29-yard line. As we come back, we're going to have to cut the spot short. Both players got up and walked off the field for Baylor. It's first down and 10 at the 29. Sir Parker on a pitch from McCowan. The left side stays on the hash mark. Takes it down to about the 27-yard line. Here's second down, and we will call it about 7. 45 seconds to go in the third. Stations, we will have a network break again. We cut that last one short. Here's the handoff to Parker. Caught once in the backfield. Spins away. Crosses the 25 to the 24. And now it will be a third down coming for the Aggies, and they will need 5. That's the end of the third quarter. The Aggies lead Baylor 21-7. This is the Texas Aggie Radio Network. All right, third down, and it will be about 4. The Aggies put a man in motion. Parker, they're ahead 21-7. First play of the fourth quarter. Roll right. McCowan will keep it and run across the 20. Gives a man a hip and gets to the 18-yard line, a yard more than A&M needed for the first down. Slot left, tight end right, I formation. Hash right, option. McCowan keeps it, pushes his way across the 15. He's down to about the 12-yard line. I formation, split in left flanker right. The right side, we had movement here on the left side. That is Rex Tucker. He fell out of that three-point stance. 5-yard mark off, so it was second and 4. It'll be second down and 9.
So hard to keep your focus, and what Baylor is doing is they're flinching and trying to draw the movement by the offensive line, and Rex Tucker fell for it that time. It'll cost the Aggies 5.
They have a couple of men flexed out to the right side. It's going to be a halfback pass. Parker throwing end zone. He has Spiller. Touchdown! Pitched it to Parker, and wide open about 6 or 7 yards deep in the end zone is Derek Spiller. Spiller's first touchdown of the season on the halfback pass from Sir Parker.
Now the Aggies have had such success tonight with running the football outside on several occasions. They've been able to defeat the containment and make big yards. This time they faked that toss, and Derek Spiller fakes the block and then runs behind everybody. He was 10 yards behind the nearest Baylor defender. Sir Parker just lobbed it into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies.
17-yard pass. The extra point is on the board. Letter perfect this year is Russell Bynum. And now the Aggies have matched their high water mark in points for the season. They have 28 points at the 13-29 mark in the fourth quarter. And we'll go to the break and then come back with the Aggie kickoff. Again, A&M will have the wind at their back here in the fourth quarter. This is Texas Aggie football. Or go downstairs and check with Brad Marquardt of the Sports Information Department. Here is Leckler with the wind at his back. Not going to be a real deep kick. It's going to go to the 1. Berkins from the 1 to the 10 to the 15 to the 20. Coming to this sideline. 25 on his back, and they drag him down at the 30-yard line. Darrell 6'2", 221, a freshman redshirt out of Dallas, Lincoln. First down and 10. And here is a deflected shovel pass, and it's incomplete. Aggies ahead 28-7, counting down to 13 minutes. Odell James stays in at the quarterback position. Drops back out of a shotgun, now throws out in the flats to Lagway at the 30, looking for the corner. and he goes down at the 35-yard line, maybe the 34. 34 picked up 3. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Michael Jamison along with Brandon Jennings. Shotgun again for James. Drops back to the 25. Throws. Will not be enough for Cody. Has wrapped up the receiver. Man was Morris Anderson, who caught the ball at the 36 and eventually was pushed all the way back to the 32. And then Rich Cody had him wrapped up, and Jay Brooks came in and put an exclamation point on it. That was Sir Parker's second attempt. He did not complete his first pass, which was in '96 against Kansas at our place. Here's 4th down. Atterbury into the wind. Turning side up, here is Taylor at the 25. Hit and dropped down at about the 23-yard line. 1st down and 10, 23-yard line. Randy McCowan moves under center with an I formation behind him. Toombs gets the handoff. Toombs across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. 2nd down, single setback. And that'll be Hall. The setback gets the handoff, and he is across the 35. He has a 1st down to the 37. The Aggies now starting to get it in big chunks. Rodney Smith just made the stop. 177 against Kansas, 113 against Nebraska. Here's Toombs. There's a flag down. I think A&M's going to get caught for a hold as Toombs goes to about the 42-yard line. Best outing in '96 at 184 yards. At 113 against Nebraska, and you said now he's 130.
Right.
Penalties against Texas A&M. It was a hold. Dave back to the 30-yard line. Then it will be 1st down and 18 for Texas A&M. Put a man in motion. Parker going to the right side. That leaves only 1 setback. And here's McCowan looking to Parker. That old quick hitter caught it and dropped it. It's incomplete at the 35-yard line. 2nd down and 18. 10-23. Taylor in motion back to the field. A pitch. It is on the ground, and I think Hall got it back. That pitch came back, hit him on the foot. He actually kicked the ball up the field and was chasing it, and then fell on it back at the 28-yard line. Yards lost. It'll be 3rd down now and 20. And a shotgun. And again with the 2 fullbacks on either side of McCowan, Simpson and Toombs. There's the snap, and he wants to run a quarterback draw, and it will go nowhere. He got back to the 25-yard line. He actually lost about 2 yards on that. It'll bring up a punt for Leckler. Here is Leckler waiting for the snap from Kyle Lednecke. Little low, hangs on. They're coming up the middle, almost got to it. Here's the kick, backing up, and the catch made at the 28. The returns on this side, caught from the backside, drugged down at the 41-yard line.
Toya Jones.
Twins, both sides of the ball. Ash right. And play action by Odell James. He will run with the ball now. Wide open up the middle, across the 50 to the 45. Caught from the backside, gets away from that man, goes to the 40. As Odell James comes to the line of scrimmage, facing 1st down and 10 at the Aggie 40-yard line. From the shotgun, drops back, steps up. He will run again, and he is caught. Also, an official goes down in all of that. He got about 4 yards to the 36-yard line.
That will be the 11th carry for Odell James, and he's got 39 yards.
Yeah, they want to pass out of the shotgun. He steps up once more out of the pocket. He's going to be sacked back at about the 38-yard line. He'll lose 3 yards from the 36.
Cornelius
about the
Anthony.
35. And they'll move under center on 3rd down and 8. Out in the flats, it comes to Lagway. The Aggies smelled it out. Lagway will get, he'll get not quite a yard. He will lose a yard, matter of fact, as they've spotted him at the 39-yard line. He rolled to the 38, which was the line of scrimmage. They break the huddle and come quickly to the line of scrimmage. Down to 4, they snap it. Drop back, throw, caught. It's enough for a 1st down and more. Running across the 30 down to about the 27-yard line. They got about 12 yards on the pass to Morris Anderson. 1st and 10. Shotgun again. Here's the quarterback draw. James wants to run, and he spins away. Now he's going to go down. He'll lose a yard back to the 28-yard line. 5 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the ball game. Shotgun once more. They will show twin wideouts on either side of the football. Drop back to the 35. Step up, won't get away. And he will be dropped here by Chris Theory. It's 3rd down and it's 18. Baylor's got to get the ball to the Aggie 17-yard line. Time now is 5 minutes to go. James drops back. James steps up. James pumps. Now he'll run to the 30-yard line. Oh, he is hit and knocked down at the 29. 4 minutes and 38 seconds. They did not stop the clock. Slot left, slot right. Single setback. James back to the 36. Throws, and it's caught by Morris at the 5, at the 3, into the end zone. Is it a touchdown? Yes, it is. Simpkins will hold. Here's Matt Bryant with a point after. Little high. It is spotted down, and it is good.
Flag down.
There's a flag down. We'll have to hold. As Anderson catches the pass from James.
Offsides against the Aggies.
We'll be back in a moment with the Baylor kickoff. We'll see how they play this one with 4:24 remaining in the ball game. And the Aggies up 28-14. This is Texas Aggie football. State Farm return team here. That's all their good hands people up near the 45 and then near midfield, expecting an onside kick. That will not be the case. Baylor kicks it away. It's a sidewinder. Waiting for it here on this side. He is Dante Hall. Hall back to the 20. Hall going to the wide side at the 25, at the 30, and out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Randy McCowan breaks the huddle, sends Cole to the right, and Hodge to the left. Hodge in motion back toward the middle of the field. I formation. Here is Toombs. Toombs, the carry, gets 4 yards to the 34-yard line. And now Baylor will use a timeout. They'll stop the clock here. They have 3 to give, and that is the first of those 3. So we show 4:06 to go in the game, and the Aggies ahead 28-14. This is the Texas Aggie Radio Network. Aggies have second down and 6. They're ahead 28-14. The ball's at the Aggie 34-yard line. Handoff goes to Hall, looking for the right side. Slips one man in the backfield, gets across the 35, out to the 38. Now I think Baylor will use yet another timeout. That's exactly what they will do. It's third down and 2. Aggies with the ball at their 38-yard line. Baylor's used 2 timeouts, hoping that they can stop A&M on this play right here, and they will not. The Aggies have turned it into a first down. It's out to the 41 and a handoff to Dante Hall. I'll talk more about it in a moment. Here's first down and 10. There was movement and there was contact. They're going to get Baylor for offsides. The nose tackle jumped off there and did not get back in time. That will be Ronald Smith. Should be 5. There was contact made. Should be 5 against Baylor. And that is offsides. That'll be the call.
And sometimes you wonder how that happens with the guy looking right at the football.
Then you're just not paying attention to the statistics. They got a 5-yard mark off against Baylor. It's first down and 5. The handoff goes to, I think it's Parker who's returned, and he gets it across the 50. That'll be close for a first down. Second down and about a half a foot. And in the backfield, Parker fighting for the first down, won't make it. He's wrapped up in the backfield. A&M now third down and a yard at the 50. Need the 49. An I formation, 2 tight ends. Chris Taylor's a flanker. Handoff in the backfield, fumbled and recovered. It's not going to make any difference even if Baylor recovered it, but I think Randy McCowan got the ball. But let's see. It did make a difference too. So it was a third down and a yard. Now it'll be fourth down, and the clock continues to roll at 2:02. Now 2 minutes remaining in the ball game. Still have not snapped the ball, and now Lednicki has finally reached out and put his hands on the ball. He has it. They're going to throw a pass, and they did, and they've completed the ball. Now I think it's Rich Cody at the 30, and out of bounds he goes. Leckler just threw a pass out of punt formation. First down and 10. The ball now at the Baylor 26-yard line. Hand off to Toombs, and Toombs hits the left side, and he gets about 3 tough yards to the 21-yard line. And
give people some things to think about. Texas Tech, our next opponent, and give them some things to work on.
I usually eat with Shane about once a week. That'll be you'll be talking about that at the meal table one day this week. Here is a handoff to Toombs, big hole right side, stiff arming Cody, fighting down to the 5, and he goes out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. First and goal. We're at about the 3.5. I formation, 2 tight ends and a flanker out here to the left, and big Jamar with a handoff. Jamar, touchdown! Well, that's a new high water mark for the season. The Aggies, with the extra point, will have 35 on the board. 28 had been the most we had scored in a ball game into this one tonight. So A&M now at 40 seconds to go in the game makes it 34-14. Jamar Toombs the touchdown. And here's the extra point by Bynum, and it will be good. That'll be the second TD of the season for Jamar Toombs. And A&M now leads Baylor by a score of 35-14. A&M scoring drives tonight as Leckler approaches the ball. Here's his kickoff. And Berkins 3 yards deep. There'll be a return to the 5, to the 10, to the 15-yard line. Out across the 20 to the 21 goes Berkins. And A&M now has gone to 536 in total offense by our count in the ball game. Here is 1st and 10 to the far sideline. They'll run out of bounds. That ball was caught by Elijah Berkins, and he goes out after a gain of 5 to the 27-yard line. This is way above their defensive average. Defensive average 436. Here's 2nd down and 5. And James stepping up. Now will run. This will all be meaningless, even though he picks up a 1st down across the 35 to the 37. They'll stop the clock at 20 seconds to move the chains. Oh, a little home cooking.
Really?
Now they will stop and drop back and throw the ball into the turf to stop the clock at 17 seconds. 2nd down and 10.
And a total prevent defense now. 3 defensive backs 30 yards down the field.
All back around the 40-yard line. James steps up, and now he throws to Lagway. Lagway was about 5 yards away, wide open, and he threw it down right at his ankles. They lost 19-17. We'll check scores when we get an opportunity on the postgame. Here's James on 3rd down, throwing, and it is caught on a deflection. Deflected by Jamison up in the air, and then Anderson came down and caught the ball at the Aggie 43.
He would love to have that one back.
Batted it up in the air and then didn't realize that right behind him Anderson caught it. Here is Odell James stepping back, throwing the ball immediately into the turf right at his feet to stop the clock. 3 seconds, 1 more play to go. Here's 2nd down and 10. Should be the last play barring a penalty. James drops back, steps up, throws deep, going far sideline, and it is intercepted by Cody. Steps out of bounds at the 7-yard line. Rich Cody with a reception and an interception tonight. So Texas A&M has won it 35-14 over Baylor. Baylor is now last win against the Aggies all the way back to the 1985 season right here, and they won that one 20-15. But the Aggies prevailed tonight. They've won 8 in a row now since a 20-all tie back in 1990. 35-14 is the final.
Yeah, he made some great plays tonight. Early in the game, the scramble when he threw the ball to Oliver, I thought was a great play. Great awareness. I've always, as a coach, defensive coach, looked at guys and I always want to know what happened to them when you make them scramble. Does a guy lose his awareness in the field? And to me, one of the things that always concerned me is when a guy, you could get him to running around back there, but he still knew where receivers were. And I thought Randy demonstrated some of that tonight.
Well, back-to-back games, big plays. You feel like your offense finally getting in the groove, possibly everybody on the same page. You have 2 good games making a lot of big plays.
We're making progress. I've said all along that's one of the encouraging things about the team. I felt like I said after the Kansas game, I thought we made progress, that we were getting better on offense. And I think tonight you can see some of what I was talking about.
Can you talk about the play of Hall on Toombs? Again, another big play, big game this week.
Toombs is going to be a real good player. He's a young guy. There were times out there tonight that, I thought he really made some good blocks for us and some good tough runs.
Can you give us an overall offensive on your opinion on the offense play and everything?
Overall, I thought it was good. We put 35 points on the board, and I thought we controlled the ball, didn't make any big mistakes on offense, and I guess the one turnover down there that I'm anxious to see on tape. Other than that, I'd say we played pretty well.
Yeah, team. They played every game they've played this year has been close, and we expected no different today. We knew it was going to be a tight, hard-fought game, but the main focus we had was getting the win, and thank goodness today we got the win.
What does this win do for the Aggies?
It puts us in the driver's seat. Tech losing today, we control our own destiny now. It's up to us to go out there and win. the rest of our games, and that'll put us in St. Louis, and that's one of our team goals this year.
Yeah, we came out, the first half they were really putting a lot of guys up there, trying to stop the run, so we came out and we had to throw it, and I thought we did a good job throwing the ball and by doing that. And then the second half that opened up some of the running lanes, and we was able to run the ball. So, when you got a balanced attack, that really helps out, is being able to take what the defense gives you. I thought we did a good job of that tonight.
I feel like y'all are much more balanced today.
Oh, yeah, a lot more balanced.
Brady, you get more comfortable every time out.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, every time out is just, every game it's just getting more and more comfortable, and you just relax and just enjoy the game. When you get more comfortable and you know what to do, that's when you can go out there and just have a good time. And that's when you're doing that, that's when you're playing at your best, I think.